But in the case of Hans and Magnus,
That's a big one.
there's no faking that one. Like, that's just no faking that one. That's rough. I think that's rough for chess. I don't like what happened. I think Magnus made a mistake in the way he flowed with it, because I don't think he thought it was going to happen the way it went down. He was right in feeling upset and maybe suspecting. Clearly, he could see certain things, certain trends, and later it came out that Hans had done a lot of things. But the cheating allegation, I'm sure he's not happy that chess has to deal with this from the media standpoint. I haven't talked to him, but I would suspect that he's feeling like, this is a game that I am the greatest ambassador for the game. He's our greatest sportsman. He is a great sportsman as well, and he doesn't lose. I mean, he's not happy when he loses. None of us is happy when we lose, but he loses and gives respect. Like, even if he played like crap, like I played like crap, but they beat me. You know, he's got Praggnanandhaa to beat him. Other people, even less than that, have beaten him in the past. He knows you can lose at chess. So losing, when people say sour grapes, no, it's Magnus. He's been a great sportsman his entire career.
He's used to losing.
And he's used to, I mean, not that used to losing like we're used to losing.
But he's not going to overreact.
But he's not going to overreact to losing a game. Play him a match and see what happens. He'll take all your money. But losing is not that for him. So I don't see any sour grapes from Magnus. He's very principled. This is principled. But I think because he's so principled, he had to be a little bit careful in trying to not let the genie come out the bottle the way it did, because the way it has now is ridiculous.
What do you think the end game is to this
I don't guess at the end game. I don't guess at the end game because I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't know that Elon Musk was going to tweet about sex toys. Like, come on. There's no control over what happened. And I think it would have been a way to somewhat control the narrative. Instead, it got completely out of hand. And I think that now FIDE's investigating. Are they going to judge? Might they judge Magnus in the wrong for making accusatory remarks without proof? Would he be banned? Would they dare? Is that something that could happen?
Doesn't it?
It seems. I mean, but should he be? Those kind of things should be asked about. It's Magnus. Like, this is our world champion. This is, at least for now.
I think Magnus achieved what he wanted to, which is what he said recently. He wanted to start a conversation about cheating.
And he could have. But he could have done it a bit differently in a way where, because you have to have proof. You can start a conversation, but you could also destroy a person. And if your intention is to destroy a person, like, I'm going to actually destroy you, then he could have done. He would have done that right now. Hans could act anyway. There's anything that could happen to this person. You're talking about a 19-year-old kid. Okay, he's not a little kid, but he's a 19-year-old, and there could have been sad reactions for this kid. You know, you don't know how he might react to having his entire reputation and career crushed. So at that moment, especially as a parent, I have a 20-year-old. I know a little bit about how that age is feeling. You just be mindful. Even if you think, dude, you're cheating, we got to do something about it. Handle it a certain way.
I mean, 19 is young, but we view 19-year-old as an adult who should be able to make their own decisions in terms of ethical decisions, in terms of, I shouldn't do this. If you hurt someone, you're still just as liable as a 19-year-old as a 25-year-old, a 30-year-old, whatever.
Yes, I understand that from the technical standpoint. Nevertheless, we're the adults in the room, right? We're the grown-ups. And what that means is handle it a certain way so that even if he's going to face retribution, right? It's like the way chess.com has tried to manage these things. Mm-hmm. They have a responsibility, a very big one, and they try to handle things a certain way, right? They have a certain policy around it. They could very easily say, we're going to trash every single GM who has ever done this ever, and all of it gets exposed. And some people want that. Get the drama out,
Well,
right?
They've gotten criticism both ways.
Both ways, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
But you still have to think, what is my most responsible act right at this moment? Because it's going to have real ramifications. And our game is now the cheating game with the sex toys. Like, that's what people want to talk to
I
me
think
about.
most people understand this as a joke.
No.
Some people don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's embedded in a lot of people's minds. And I'm doing interviews where I'm talking to reputable reporters who want to talk about this topic, right? Like, so how is he cheating, Maurice? In fact, this is not PG, right? Like,
No.
Okay.
No.
You
So
can do whatever you want.
no. So I did an interview with Australia with a reporter in Australian television. They showed the whole interview. Then the guy comes on to interview me, and then they showed the whole issue. Sorry, like set it up. Then he comes on. So to talk more about this cheating scandal, we're going to bring in Grandmaster Maurice Ashley. So Maurice, what do you think about it? So I'm talking about it. And then he goes, Maurice, tell me about vibrating anal beads. I have never been asked this question in my life. Like, it's just never happened, and it's not. I would hope it never happens again. But he gets, so tell me. So when he says that, I go, I don't want to. Don't make me. Like, so I keep talking about it, and I said, the cheating could have happened anyway, if it did. And it could have happened maybe with something in a false tooth, maybe. But that's not sexy enough. So people want to talk about something else. And the guy with a smirk on his face goes, yeah, I guess it says a lot about us that we go straight for the anus. I have no comeback for that. I'm like, okay, just like keep going, please. Next question.
Specifically, Elon Musk goes straight for the anus.
Well, I mean, come on. This is, and of course, this is what everybody wants to talk about. And the truly reputable reporters, I don't know what they do in Australia. I guess it's the kind of stuff that happens. But other reporters, they're dancing around it, but they know it's like, yeah, that's what most people are talking about and most people are interested in. So where else but chess is that a thing?
But for people who are familiar with chess, I mean, we're speaking about people who don't know anything about chess. People who are familiar with chess know that this isn't really a thing. This is a joke that got famous because Elon Musk tweeted it.
But I don't care.
And it was funny to him, and it was funny to people in general.
I don't care about the people who are familiar with chess. That's us. We're fans. We love the game. What we want is to bring it to, not that I don't care, but you know what I'm saying. Those people are part of the fan base. We already have that. They're going to follow us no matter what. I'm talking about the giant audience out there that would allow for real money to come into the game if they are fans of the game. You should be a multimillionaire easily, like big time. I mean, maybe you are, but not from the prize money you're getting on the regular, right? You should be playing for $1 million every time you play in a tournament.
I agree completely.
I mean, you should
Let's
be.
make it happen.
Come on. You're a giant star, one of our greatest players, and that's what should be happening on the regular. And the only way that would happen is if we had a huge fandom. We'd have to bring many more people into the sport.
But we do, don't we? I mean, the last few years have made chess quite a mainstream sport compared to how it used to be.
Are you making millions of dollars playing in tournaments? We need bigger numbers. We don't have the numbers
Well,
that we should.
it's growth.
It has grown. It has grown. Queen's Gambit, internet has helped. But pandemic helped. We no longer have the pandemic. We no longer have Queen's Gambit. We need the fan base to be there so that these kind of prizes are the norm. Those fans, how they're coming to chess, we'd like it to be for the moves. Yes, for some drama, maybe me and Christian arguing over Twitter, but that's not going to do it. What's doing it? The vibrating sex toy. All right? Like, come on. That's not what we want to be known for. Now, maybe in the long run, it's going to be like, yeah, actually worked out. We got a much bigger fan base. Fabi's doing ads for certain kind of manufacturer. Well, don't do it, Fabi. Don't do it. I'm going to say it as your agent. But, it's not cool that, for me, that's where it's gone for our game.
I mean, it doesn't seem nice for someone who loves the game. But if it grows the game, and we don't even remember why it happened in the end.
We're going to remember why it happened. Bro.
In this case, we might remember why it happened.
By the way, I just need you to say right now, Maurice, you were right. I remember you were there. Thank you. I said, when it first happened, I said, this is going to last. This is going to be a lasting story. And you famously said at that dinner that we had at Yellow Belly, you famously said, oh, come on. This is going to blow over in a month.
Yeah, I was wrong. You were right.
Thank you. That's all. No more explanation. That's all I want.
I thought that at some point people would forget because in the past we've had some cheating stuff. It never was this big, but still, it gets big for a moment, and then people are like, okay, next tournament, and people forget. Like, there's no evidence. We don't know. But then this just kept escalating.
Yep.
Not just because of the Elon Musk tweet, but also because chess.com came out with reports. Magnus clarified his position. There was this like one move resignation or whatever that they played.
And I didn't have any of that data when I said this is going to get big, bro.
And Hans himself is such a controversial figure,
Lightning rod.
regardless of the cheating stuff.
Yep.
Like just whenever he says stuff, he has like a huge fan base. He has a huge hater base, I'm sure. He's very charismatic, so he perpetuates the drama in some sense. You know, he gets on camera and then he says this was a statement, and everyone jumps on that.
The game speaks for itself.
His father said that.
The chess speaks
Did you
for
see
itself.
That?
What?
His father gave an interview and he's like, "My son's game speaks for itself."
I did not see that.
This happened. How is it? I guess it makes sense.
That's great. That's great. That's good stuff.
Niemann Senior, yeah, Daily Mail. Maurice, I think that's a good note to leave it on. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. What's your prediction for the US champs? Who's gonna win it? In the open section, we already know what your prediction is, right? I mean,
I got my money on one guy.
All right.
I got my money on one guy. So definitely, you better pull this off. Take care of business. No, there's no try. There's do or not do. Take care of business. What I love about the women's section, as I said, you never know. You never know. As you say, time will tell. Okay, You never know. I love that the drama. The people who are watching this now will already know who won, right? But it's great. That's the kind of drama that chess should have. And so this is fun. I'm glad that I came to St. Louis and I got a chance to hang out with my good friends.
awesome, Maurice. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure, bro.
All right.